Alright guys, we got the 850 and the 140 and we are back up on top of the hillside. This is the job where we built the road up, and today we're going to dig the basement. Well, good news guys, the road is holding up pretty good so far. It's definitely gonna need a little bit more gravel on it now that some construction traffic has started, but for the most part, it's doing really well. The bad news is, it is the last day of March, and we have went backwards in the weather department. It is cold. It is, I don't know if you guys can hear it in the microphone, the wind's like blowing 40 miles an hour, and it is freezing. I am way underdressed, but I'm hoping to find a cab here soon. So this is what we got going. This is where the basement's gonna go. It's basically gonna be a walkout basement, so we're basically just gonna cut a notch back into this hill. I think it's gonna end up somewhere about 8 feet deep up there on top. Should daylight out right down here. We're gonna take the majority of the dirt and throw it left and right, because after it's said and done, they wanna kind of taper that off and make the house kind of blend into the hillside a little bit better, which will be nice, because the dirt really don't have to go all that far to do what we need to accomplish. And since it's on a hillside, half the basement's kind of dug for us. Kinda, sorta. Jerry's not here yet this morning, so I guess that means I get to play on the 850 for just a little bit. We're going to take and strip this little bit of topsoil right here, where we're going to stockpile some of this dirt. I just hate to bury topsoil because it's a rare commodity around here. The topsoil is, so I want to make sure we get that topsoil out of there, so if we throw this dirt out, we're not losing any of that underneath. And I haven't had a chance to run the 850 in a while, so why not hop on it and try her? We've got everything fueled up and warmed up this morning. Let's roll. One pass and I get busted. Here comes Jerry pulling in. I'm in trouble now. I'm gonna hurry up and make another one before he gets here. Jerry will never have to know. It'll be our little secret. Man, it is I know it looks nice out there, but it is cold and that wind is a blowing. And I'm sorry I'm complaining, but I did not prepare for that this morning. Anyways, this thing's got a cab on it. The wind's coming from that way. I got this nice piece of glass here. That's really handy. So we're gonna swing down here and start making our dig here. The orange line is the usual. This I guess I should mention, we are not putting this basement in. A different contractor's putting this basement in. They're going with a conventional wall pour, which is fine, but this particular contractor here, he wants a 3-foot over dig. We usually do a 2-foot over dig. He wants a 3-foot over dig, so that's what we'll give him. We're gonna start down here. I'm gonna dig my line back and kind of establish my perimeter here. Then we'll come back and hog out the middle. So first scoop of dirt, let's do it. Jerry came up here the other day. He's pretty much got all the topsoil stripped off the actual building pad here, so shouldn't have too much to worry about here. Most of them, this is kind of some weird dirt. It's like almost sandy stuff. Just hope we don't, hey, and I haven't been running this machine for a while. Hang on here, Traco. Been running the 120 and the new Hyundai. I'm all kinds of out of sorts. The main thing is I just hope we don't hit rock back here. I got a feeling from some test holes we're gonna hit a hard layer. But I think we'll be all right. Definitely some interesting dirt. I always like to come back and clean this edge off. Just always seems to be some loose stuff there. You don't have to worry about it falling down the hole on anybody. Depending on the type of dirt we're working in will kind of depend on how much I take off there, to be honest with you. I was just trying to keep the dozer warm for you, Jerry. That's all.
Yeah, that's great. If I get cold, I'm just going to go home.
I hope the wind quits.
I told him it pays $2.50 an hour cash. Is he willing to work today?
That's coming out of your pocket, not mine. All right, Jerry, so here's the plan. I stripped a little bit of topsoil here. We may need to strip a little bit more. I want to kind of build this up out here in front with the spoils to kind of make it look at the house is not sticking out the hill so much. So I think you may need to strip about a blade or two farther around on the side around, then we'll just kind of
all the way to the drive, or not necessarily?
Probably close. We'll probably tie into that little hump right there, Jerry.
Right, I'll rock a little bit more.
And then we got a 7-foot porch on this. We need to stay out 7 feet, and then we'll just kind of build a little runway around there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
this material can end up staying here.
Yeah, it can end up staying here. We just need to kind of level her out. I'm gonna dig on back and make sure we don't hit rock. It looks like we're probably gonna be all right. It's getting kind of hard, but I think we'll make it. And then, yeah.
Probably not much I can help you with as far as moving.
I think it's one of those, once I get going, I'm just gonna keep throwing dirt up there and let you just kind of keep schmoozing her around wherever it needs to go. So hopefully the wind dies down.
Can we get her dug today?
I hope so. That's the plan.
Yeah, I'm not the one digging though, so.
You keep the dirt out of my way, I'll keep her dug.
Well, I should be able to with the 850.
Yeah. It can just never be as easy as it should be, can it? We got, I don't know, we're probably about a foot and a half from grade. Back here on the back corner of this basement, we have hit rock, folks. We have hit rock. It's soft enough. It's soft enough, I'm pretty sure we can dig it. But we're definitely gonna need the other bucket with the rock teeth on it. It's still on the other job up there where we busted up the big rock. So Matt's on his way to go grab it real quick. We're gonna do what we can while we wait. I don't know if you guys can see way down over the hill down there, but Captain Kleeman's down there with the Hyundai. He's gonna dig the electric line in. I think we got maybe 1,800 feet. I'm gonna have to find some easier digging dirt. Oh, Jerry's gonna be standing around watching. All right, let me take just a second here and kind of get you guys caught up with where we're at and what's going on. So we started digging this one back through there at about 7-8 feet when we got to the back. We hit some pretty hard rock, combination of sandstone and a little bit of shale. So we jumped over here on this side and dug this one back too for two reasons. One, see if we hit the same thing, and two, this marks our line, so even if this gets filled in, we can always come back and find this line so we know where the perimeter of the basement's at. Matt, I think we're going to be able to dig this. This is pretty similar to that big rock we busted up the other day. It's sandstone. It kind of comes up in layers. I think with the other bucket and the rock teeth, we'll be able to get through it fairly easy. I do not want to ruin the teeth on that bucket or beat the machine to death trying to get through it. Whenever I got another bucket that'll work better for that. Matt's about an hour out to get in that bucket. It's going to take him about an hour round trip to get that bucket and get back. So talking to Jerry, I think what we're going to do is basically from here down, we can dig with the bucket we got. So we're going to take this dirt and go that way with it. Jerry may have to push it back up along the sides. We got the big dozer here, so that's not a huge issue. But it'll keep us moving yards of dirt while we're waiting on Matt to get back to that other bucket. I don't want to strip the diggable dirt off the top of that because I'd like to have that as a nice flat platform up there, so I got a good stable spot to sit to dig that rock. It works better that way, and I've got my lines painted over there. If I can keep from laying the basement out a second time, why do that? So that's kind of where we're at. We're now Jerry's getting what spoils he can pushed out of the way, and Matt's going after the other bucket. Hopefully we can dig some rock. I almost feel bad for Jerry out there. That wind is brutal. I know you guys can't see it on camera, but it is a whipping out there. But I can guarantee you, if I gave him the option to run this nice warm toasty track hoe versus being on that dozer, he'd take that dozer in a heartbeat. It would not want anything to do with being in this machine. You guys always hear me complain about the poor Volvo, and I promise I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing out the differences. But I will have to say, situations like today, there's a reason why I've got the Volvo on this job and not the 120, is because I believe the Volvo is better suited for what we're doing for a couple of different reasons. One is the absolute sheer speed of it. It is considerably faster than the 120. There's no doubt cycle times are better. The other one, a 42-inch tooth bucket works really good for digging these basements. It's pretty well matched for this machine. I'm pretty sure the 120 would handle it as well too, but it won't fit. The pin spacing's different. I can put the 120 buckets on the 140, but I can't put the 140 bucket on the 120. Another thing that's really nice, especially like this basement here down on the hill, is this blade on this Volvo, where I can sit here and kind of level myself up and not be teeter-totting near as much. That is definitely handy. And whenever it's nice and toasty out, or nice and cold outside, the heater, the cab on this thing is amazing. I ain't gonna take that away from it. Still not a big fan of the huge door to get in and out. But once you're in here and you're in the seat, it is a very, very comfortable machine to run. The biggest problem I got now is Jerry on the 850, and I cannot keep him busy. But I'm gonna do my best, so I'm kind of hogging out what I can, throwing it behind me here where Jerry can get it. He's kind of pushing it up around the sides. Since he's oversized in the dozer department, he's doing pretty good with that. And hopefully here in the next half an hour or so, Matt will be back with that other bucket, and we'll switch over and start hogging that rock out of there. I'm optimistically hopeful it's going to work out pretty well. We'll see. We will see. We'll jump out and do a random grade check here, but you guys can see that I can dig with the bucket I got. This, I can't so much. So kind of gonna make sure I got somewhat close on grade across here. I don't know, looks like I'm maybe a little bit high right there in the middle. It's just a guess. Just a guess. Yep, about 1.5 to 2 inches high. Pretty close to on grade there. Gary's up there pushing dirt on around. It probably helped if I had some new teeth on this bucket. Those 3 over there are about shot. Those 2 ain't too bad, and that guy's somewhere in between. You guys have commented I got old snaggletooth, and you're not too far off. I'd agree with you. It's definitely snaggletooth, but teeth cost money, so I want to get my money's worth out of it. And man, if I mentioned the wind today, holy crap. Opened the door on the Volvo a while ago, and it just about yanked me out. So I'm gonna dig across there and get that on grade. We'll dig this out, and then hopefully by then Matt will be back and we'll work on this section. Haha! I don't know if you guys can see that out there. I distracted Jerry with grading the road, and I thought I got ahead of him a little bit. He got a little pile there to keep him busy for a while. That'll keep them off my butt for about 10 minutes, and then it's going to be all over again. Alright guys, Matt just rolled back in with the other bucket. I'm pretty much as far as I can go right here. I think Jerry can get in behind there and push this last little bit out. So while he's doing that, I'm going to get out of his way. Get out of his way, we'll go up on top of the hill, switch out buckets, and hopefully we can get through that rock. I think we'll get through it all right. And if you guys are wondering, yes, the wind is still blowing. It is still a whipping. All right, let's do the old bucket swap here and see what happens. Off with that bucket. I've never had this bucket on the 140. I hope it fits. I think it's going to. It's close. Got it. See what happens. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if the rock teeth made a good difference. Still hard, but look at that, we're getting through. Oh yeah. It's gonna take a hot minute, but I think we'll get her. It's gonna take a minute, but we shall get her. Look at that. Look at that. Mucho better. Like it. Look at that.
So we got a lot of action going on here. We got Mike digging up here on the backside. We had to go get the rock bucket because that corner you can kind of see them layers of rock back in there. It's digging pretty daggum hard. We got Jerry over here on the 850, the BLT. And I tell you what, I just took that grade rod. Mike obviously pre-dug all this. But I just went back through there and checked where Jerry had back dug that again with an 850 BLT. And it's all within a half of an inch. Half of an inch with an 850. I'm at a loss for words, which is very unusual for me. But let's watch Jerry work here for a little bit. Basement doesn't look like it's so far out of the ground because this bank does slope off pretty quick.
Finally got Jerry sidetracked long enough cutting grade down there that got them covered up with dirt again, even with the smaller bucket. But this is the one downfall of this bucket, is I don't have the right corner bit teeth on this thing. The corner teeth are supposed to have like a fang, like two of them going down. And I got straight center teeth all the way across. And the problem is, whenever you're trying to dig a straight wall around like this, it ends up having a tendency to make your wall crooked. It wants to kind of kick it over where you go down at an angle. But it is what it is. I just gotta make sure I start over plenty far, so as I go down I can stay in tight. I think we'll be alright, work our way over. They work really good down below digging out the bottom, but they just don't work the best up here on the digging out the initial little trench. But we'll get her. This bucket definitely works better than the other one. There's no arguing that fact. I do feel sorry for Jerry. Look at my lap. See all this sand? That's from all the wind blowing the dust in here on me. I've been running with the windshield open just as I feel. Huh? I've been telling them. I got the window open because I feel bad for you guys out there.
You are so full of crap.
And I've been getting sandblasted.
You're trying to be down here eating it.
I haven't heard Jerry complain one time.
He's on a dozer on the top of the hill.
Wait. Hey, I gotta dig a hole. I'll be back. We can't hear you. I couldn't take it no more, guys. It is getting colder out there. It is absolutely miserable. I had sand and dirt in my teeth. We had to close up shop in here. So we've also kind of got ourselves backed into a corner. That stake, where's it at? Right there is we got a little offset right here. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump over, dig out a little offset back, and then we'll finish this up, digging out this way, and basically that little corner right there will be our, oh yeah. I'm cold, you're right. That little corner right there will be our last little dig. So the bottom down there, it's close. It's as close as I can get it with rock teeth digging in rock, but I think we're just a little bit shallow or a little bit deep everywhere, which that means I can hopefully come back with the skid steer here and we'll just kind of polish it off and get it just right. Jerry called up with me, so he's over there capping off the topsoil pile, so it's good to go for later. I just realized I am in here the wrong way. I need the blade downhill, too busy talking and not paying attention. Need the blade downhill so I can level myself up and dig a nice straight little wall. So push this up out of the way for Jerry. I don't know if you guys can see over there, we put a stockpile right there on that corner. That way after they get the basement in, they're wanting to put a little bit down along the front there. So we got some stockpiled over there. We're gonna do the same thing basically where I'm sitting at right here, is we'll stockpile a little bit of dirt here. The rest of it, Jerry's been losing back behind us over the hill over there. And that all seems to be working out pretty well. Just got to not lose my couple reference marks here and we'll be in pretty good shape. There we go. Now we're lined up on her. All right, let me dig out these few little notches here and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, we're on the home stretch. I don't know if you can still see, I got just a little bit of a line left right there. I went over and cut me a notch on this backside and should be able to reach the rest of this from right here or right close and dig this out. Matt is about ready to have a fit with the laser. Our good laser indicator, the battery went dead. We got a backup. It's got a good battery in it, but there's a reason why it's a backup. It don't work as good as the original. So we're on to our third one. I got the magnetic one that goes on the boom. It's actually got a little holder where you can put it on a grade rod. So he's gonna switch it out and try it. You guys want to know why I don't have the magnetic one on the boom? Mostly for one reason here, digging in the rock, the vibration will knock it off. And two, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it. I can get it as, there's too many boom angles and too much stuff going on. It'll get you close, but it's not going to get you perfect. And I could get it close enough with eyeball that still need somebody down there with the grade rod to get it perfect. So that's been my experience over the years. But I'm going to dig this last little bit out of the corner here. We'll hop on the skid steer and run grade there in the bottom, kind of clean everything up a little bit. Looks like Jerry's over there looking for the bathroom. We're getting close. We're getting real close. One thing we got left to do is finish up. One little bit of corner left. I got out of old Jerry's way. I had a little bit of a spoil pile I was sitting on there. He's gonna push that out of my way so I can sit level. The leveler you can sit while digging or trying to dig a flat bottom hole. Well, this conversation's going sideways real quick. The leveler the machine is, the better chance you have of having a leveler hole. Does that make sense? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is Jerry's trying to make me look good. So I'm going to get out of his way and let him do that. And then we'll get that last little corner out of there. Maybe I should have just started with that conversation. Wowzers, that went sideways quick. All right, here we go.
Hi, Captain.
Hey, man, what's up?
Well,
How we doing?
our fearless leader is at the top of the hill. He's up there, way up there. And he said, Matt Kleeman's headed to the wrong spot. I don't think you told him the right thing. And I said, well, Mike, Captain understands that he's got a drainage to deal with. So what are you doing here, Captain? You're just gonna pick the right spot, right? That's the goal? Show him, Captain.
I thought about running the electric trench down this culvert. Yeah, no, I didn't think that'd be a good idea. And I thought, well, what if I come over here? What if I come over here and I run the electric trench up this washout right
so
here?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just put it in a ditch.
I thought that'd be a good idea.
Right where it's gonna wash out. I love it.
But then I thought, what if I stay on the high ground and then cross the ditch this way instead of running with the washout? You know what I mean?
Here you go. Good job, Captain.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm leaving in half an hour anyway, so he can straighten it out whenever he wants. That's his choice.
It was all taken care of. He just had to make sure that he told us what to do, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good job, Captain. Keep up the great work, sir. that teeth wouldn't break off, so a couple of humps. Jerry's down in there with the 850, making sure that he knocks those high spots down so that Mike can then take the skid steer and fine tune it to exact grade. Looking good. Jerry, I tell you exactly what. I'm not even going to explain it, okay? You just saw Jerry in here on the 850 backtracking, right? We got the grade rod. I'm just going to let the grade rod tell you the story. 850 BLT. You ready? Look at that. I mean, really, folks, it's within a quarter of an inch. A quarter of an inch with that. I mean, what do they always say? Actions speak louder than words. Boy, this thing just wants to beep like crazy. Anyway, Jerry's doing a great job. Just exceptional job. All right, Jerry, we got to talk about something. This is a very serious matter, sir.
Yeah, because it's getting cold.
It is getting cold, and Mike's sitting in a heated cab. Anyway, Jerry, I just checked your grade. Let's show the people. I checked your grade through all of that, okay? I have a little bit of a problem. You're a quarter inch off.
Yeah, a little more, I guess.
Quarter inch, Jerry. I mean, come on, folks. He's a quarter inch off. It just, you know? Oh, look, Mike's beeping the horn. He doesn't like it when we're talking. Anyway, you heard it from Jerry. He needs to work on it a little bit. All right, everybody, we're gonna go here and check grade throughout while Mike's finishing that corner there. He's got just a little bit to go, and it's got a pretty hard spot in it, but everything so far has ended up, oh, that's my fault. Haha. Let's put it in front of the laser instead. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go to this corner, this little inside notch here. It's a little step out in the house. Perfect. We got some loose dirt right here. He's gonna take care of it with the skid steer, but if you go back here where he actually dug it, perfect there too. So, for the record, before Mike changes his mind, and I'm sure he's gonna edit this out, because that's just how he is, but Mike stated, if you guys remember the video from where he came out in 2020 and looked at my lake, in which does not hold water, he said it'd be very difficult to fix. However, today we struck a deal. Here's that deal. If he gains 20,000 subscribers, now he's at 70,000 right now, roughly. If he gains 20,000 subscribers, he will repair my lake for free. Did you hear that, y'all? Mike Simon, 20,000 added subscribers to his Dirt Perfect channel, and he will fix my lake for free. If this doesn't make it into this video, I will put it on my channel. Last scoop of dirt. That very little bit that we have left there is loose. We'll take that out with a skid steer. I'm sure Mr. DP is going to make some comments here at the end of the video.
There's got the stock pile pushed up. I'm going to hop down there with the skid steer and polish her off. Really sad whenever Jerry can cut great better with the 850 than I can with the damn skid steer. I was running great with the skid steer. He told me to get out of the way. hard to do when he's doing that big dozer, that hard ground. He makes it look so easy. Just not fair. It's just not fair. There he's got that last little bit pushed out. He's got to pull up here with the dozer and just put the blade in float, back drag her out. Get the old foot rake here in action. That should have us pretty close. This basement's got plenty of overdig, so. Well guys, that's what she looks like after she's all said and done. I think she turned out pretty sharp, I don't say so myself, especially after all the rock we hit. Let me jump down here in the hole, kind of give you guys the final little look-see. I say that like I take a lot of credit for it. I'm fully aware that Jerry's the one that made it look good, not me. But thought for a second there we're gonna have a little bit of delay this morning, but she ended up coming out all right. You can kind of see on this back wall here that I don't even know if I even really call it rock. It busted up pretty easy, and actually after you get it out of the hole, it almost turns into sand. But from about here down, you can see it got pretty hard, but it's kind of in layers. It's kind of some goofy stuff actually. But nevertheless, the rock teeth won, they prevailed. We got her out of there. I believe she is ready for the basement guy. He's gonna be here tomorrow, so made schedule on that. I would love to get you guys a drone shot flying in here, because it's just an absolutely awesome view up here on top of this hill, but it is just way too windy for that to be safe, so gonna have to pass on that one. But guys, that's it, that's a wrap. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and as always guys, catch you on the next one.